another year that we gather here to launch the Nairobi Innovation Week 2018, an event that celebrates our innovators. I'm privileged to have been involved in the Nairobi Innovation Week since its inception and witnessing its gradual growth. The resilience and determination demonstrated by the team behind the Nairobi Innovation Week is commendable and has no doubt contributed to its continued success. I thank the University of Nairobi for this initiative, which accords us an opportunity to witness valuable innovations and engage with the innovators. It also provides us with a platform to stimulate conversations between the ICT industry, the innovators, academia, and the general public. I'm sure that putting together such a forum stretches resources immensely, and the university can only manage up to a certain extent. I therefore challenge organizations represented here, and even those that were not able to join us today, to support the University of Nairobi through sponsorships to expand the increased momentum of this initiative. I'm encouraged that over the years, more partners have come on board to support the Nairobi Innovation Week. I especially recognize the partnerships from the Embassy of Finland, from UNICEF, AFDB, NRF, and AETA, who have continually provided strategic thought leadership to the Nairobi Innovation Week. It's also encouraging that Barclays Bank has remained a consistent title sponsor. I would like to appeal to the private sector to include the Nairobi Innovation Week in their annual plans. Similar forums around the world, such as the Chicago Innovation Week, Oslo Innovation Week, and others, have largely succeeded due to the heavy involvement of the private sector. As government, we will continue to support this initiative because it is an avenue for us to evaluate our innovation progress and allow us to celebrate our achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm informed that this year's theme is Innovating for a Better Tomorrow. As a country, we can find innovative solutions to the challenges we face today from individuals and from groups within our midst. We need to commit ourselves to synergized efforts that will propel us to the horizons of innovation and transform the lives of our citizens. I'm aware that the startups agenda is now at the heart of the Innovation Week. That is very strategic and valuable as a national avenue for discovering the most promising startups in Kenya. If we collaborate to identify, discover, recognize, and support such startups, there is no doubt we will be raising the profile of our enterprising and innovative Kenyans. I'm happy to note that the University of Nairobi, in conjunction with AFDB, Barclays Bank, and Vilgro, have invested some resources towards the startups agenda and are awarding some of the most promising startups. Once again, I call upon the private sector to support these efforts. The vision and mission of the Nairobi Innovation Week 2018 concept note and the Vision 2025 blueprint are perfectly aligned with my ministry's vision to transform Kenya into a knowledge-based economy. And this is the part of the Vision 2030 promise that we have. We will therefore work together and keep each other focused on the achievements of our specific goals. The government, ICT as the center of our programs and development goals. Indeed, as we seek to solidify our position as a leading regional ICT and economic hub, the government has prioritized the development of ICT infrastructure as well as the formulation of vibrant ICT policy and legislative frameworks to spur technological innovations in the country. Broadband connectivity has been put up in all 47 counties to facilitate citizens' access to government online services and to boost the growth of SMEs in rural areas. Similarly, the government has set its focus on completing the development of the Konza Technopolis that will also spur ICT innovation that has invested now over 79 billion towards phase 1 of the project. Construction of the first building that will house the KOTDA headquarters is at advanced stages of completion. These developments have spurred interest and visits from counties keen on reaping benefits from this national project. I therefore call upon individuals, corporates and institutions to visit the Konza Technopolis and submit expressions of interest to support the ecosystem in this visionary project. Ladies and gentlemen, in other fronts, the President has cited, as you've heard, the Big Four agenda. This is food security, affordable housing, manufacturing, and universal healthcare as the pillars that will transform Kenya's economy over the next 5 years. In the agricultural sector, ICT will be deployed to predict weather patterns and market forces. ICT will also be used in research to develop smart agricultural practices and crop varieties that are tolerant to extreme weather conditions. The adoption of improved crops and other indigenous varieties will ensure agricultural resilience and promote food security. For the housing, ICT will be utilized to provide information on availability of materials and use of new technologies to develop affordable houses. The same will be applicable in manufacturing and the health sector. We have sensitized ICT officers in all ministries on how to discharge their mandates to facilitate the achievements of the Big Four projects, which also promise to unlock job opportunities and transform the lives of citizens. As I conclude, I would like to challenge innovators to stretch their imagination and creativity. I do not need to school you more on the fact that Kenya is highly regarded as a leader in mobile money. However, we cannot rest on our laurels. We need to explore how technologies such as blockchain and hashgraph can further support our fintech sectors as well as digitization efforts to enhance efficiency, integrity, and accountability to citizens. Other countries are already doing it, and Kenya does not need to be the last to catch up with these disruptive technologies. In December, I actually sold my last investments in startups, because at the moment we need to start going into some of the areas where I was invested. It took time. One of the things I would say to angel investors and any investors, investing in Kenyan startups has a huge return. I'm a witness in that space. Huge return. So this innovation and these events are not just for the startups. They are also for those who are looking for places to invest and to be able to get a good return. I think the main challenge normally is not understanding what the opportunities are. But there's good examples of people who have invested and have actually made some good progress. And for the next 5 years, as part of the President's agenda, which if you look at the bottom line of all the projects and areas that he's focusing on, it will lead to more jobs, it will lead to a better lives for Kenyans. Food security, healthcare, housing, those are all very key. Manufacturing, also value addition, all those will influence people's lives every day. And innovation is really at the heart of these things. So we hope that with this Innovation Week, we're going to see participation of everybody, because it's going to continue to drive the President's agenda, which is going to transform our lives. I am convinced that areas of blockchain and artificial intelligence are going to be extremely key for the things that we need to do in the next 5 years. And I will be setting up a task force in the next week or so. So if you believe you have a lot to offer in that space, just quickly send me your CV and proposal. I think PS, if we can set up PS Victor, if we can set up an email address, innovation@ict.go.ke, so that from 11 o'clock, if you can send me just a brief, if you want to be part of that task force. I think it's the area that's going to really transform where we're going as a country in terms of visibility, accountability, transparency, and innovation. For how many of you have invested in Bitcoins? Very few. You're the guys with 163 billion. If you read the Business Daily yesterday. Well, I exited and I'm not complaining. But I can say that the use of the blockchain technology and artificial intelligence are really key to helping us leapfrog. We don't need to grow organically. As a country, we have the ability to leapfrog and go to the next stage. And therefore, I hope that we'll be able to work together in making that happen. We have many different projects that we're working on at the ministry as in terms of that growth. The two that I'll just point out, one is efficiency in government. You will see us begin to consolidate how we purchase, how we implement and use ICT within government to ensure that we have very efficient, very open, very transparent systems. And the second is digital jobs. We are going to work on and are working on already on providing even government jobs that will ensure we have many of our youth employed, that they have the skills that they need to be able to continue to earn a living, even though they're doing that from rural areas. They can be working in the US, in Australia, and also in Kenya. And we ask also local companies to start embracing use of technology for their jobs. With those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor to officially launch the Nairobi Innovation Week 2018 and Vision 2025 roadmaps. Thank you and God bless you.